message are you sending to your fan base or to your listeners or to your support system through your music?
It's a transition.
So, but what demons are you battling? I guess that's the question I'm trying to get to. Ricky Lake. That's me. I'm the hood Ricky Lake. Period.
So shot it.
It's his video, so it don't
Per
matter.
usual. Norfside
That's what we
Donn.
giving.
Eesh the exec. Take one.
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute since I've done a one-on-one interview by myself, but we are here. So welcome to the Eesh the Exec show with your host, Eesh the Exec. And today we have none other than Norfside Donn in the building.
What's that?
All the way from South Cackalack.
What's that?
Now, we told you not to be swinging, and you just
Yeah.
rocking. You nervous?
Nah, I ain't
You ain't
nervous.
on trial?
I'm ready for it.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I know
How
this.
you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, you know what? My theme for this year is I'm thriving and surviving. Because this shit is ugly and behind the scenes. But I'm thriving in front of the scenes. You know what I'm saying? How about you?
Hey, we here.
You here?
Yeah.
Make sure you speak up. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We here. We loving it. We in a real good spot right now.
Okay.
Everything is good.
Everything?
Life is good. Like your boy say. Life is good.
My boy Few?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you.
So
I appreciate that recognition.
Yeah,
Up
you
here.
know, I fuck with you now.
You know the
that.
vibes,
Yeah,
Few.
you know
Okay. So, we are here to talk about your new project.
Right.
When
The
Michael,
album.
the new album,
Yeah.
When Michael Became Donn. Right, yep. We're going to get into all things when Michael Became Donn today
Yeah.
and some other things. But, of course, we know you are from Aiken, South Carolina. We've talked about your upbringing before on Nightmare Radio. You know, being raised by your grandma. But we never really got the story behind it. Like, what ultimately got you to that point, like, to have to be raised by your grandma. So
I mean, more so just like my mom being there, starting off. You know what I'm saying? Like living with my grandma. And then like living with my nanny, her mom. And then, you know what I'm saying, her going out on her own. And then us just being us too. But me still being at grandma's house every day.
So is your mom still alive?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's that relationship like?
Yeah, it's so tight because it's always been me and her. And then when grandma passed in 2014, now it's me, her, and Nanny. But grandma was like the top of the food chain, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I was raised by the both of them, grandma and my nanny, you know, and then my mama, you know what I'm saying? So that's that village aspect.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So me and Mars is tighter than ever.
Okay, that's good. I didn't really know that. So what about your dad? Was he ever in your life?
Yeah, but more so me and him became tighter later on, the older I got. Like now me and him, you know what I'm saying, we good, but as I was young, it was, you know what I'm saying, because we ain't never lived in the same house. I ain't never lived in the same household. It was always me and Mars, my stepfather. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, Pops, that's my dude, though, because, like, I am him.
In what sense?
Just like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people say I look like him, but just mannerisms. And more so like some of the things I do and traits I have. It's like, yeah.
Is that good or bad?
It could be a gift and a curse.
Gift and the curse. So which side are you embracing, the gift or the curse?
I think more so the curse.
Why?
Because those are things I learned from.
Okay.
To be blessed for the gift.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the good with the bad.
I got you. Okay. So South Carolina, I know we've had artists that are from South Carolina that move other places and make it, but we've never had like a South Carolina success story. You know, we got the Rennie Rucci's, we got the other people, because I don't really know them like that. You know what I'm saying? I know you. But what do you think is going to take for us to get like an artist to break out of South Carolina? Like, what is it going to take? What are they going to have?
It's gonna take people like us getting what we do in the door and not really trying to do what's already been done.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Griselda effect. You know what I'm saying? Them being from Buffalo, running through Atlanta, and then getting what they did through the door. It's the same thing. Like with us, like me and Haley had this conversation the other day. It was like us creating a lifestyle. Like artists like myself, hip hop artists. You know, actual hip hop artists. It's like we got to create the lifestyle. So when you look at Jay and Pac and them back in the day, they was outside, but when you listen to their music, they still had a message. Outkast was outside, Good and Mob was outside, but they still had a message. Biggie was outside, but he still had a message. So now, when you look at artists that got a message, they ain't really outside. So it's hard for the kids to like want to follow that, because the ones that is outside, those the ones, the trap artists, the drill artists. So I feel like what it's gonna take with somebody out of South Carolina is ones like us just getting what we do through the door, you know, and not really trying, because everybody else just kind of following what's been done. So it's hard for somebody like you to look at it, because you see it every day. You here with it every day. Even if an artist from SC come here, you hear it, so you done seen it, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. So, do you think you guys have the resources in South Carolina to really put it all together to make it work? Because I know that you guys do a lot of traveling here to the city, and I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all coming to visit me. I just seen y'all like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But, what do you think it's gonna take for y'all to get the resources in y'all city, like that, so that you don't have to venture out to come to Atlanta all the time?
I mean, us, once again, it's gonna come down to us. Like, we at that age now where it's us now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And that's like my man Savage DC motto. Like, we the label. It's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we see here with what y'all working with, those are things the blueprints we take and we create back where we at. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you look at Project Homes, you ride around Atlanta, some of the same like development homes or project homes, but just like the ones they just now building in SC, because all them people do is come and ride around, see what's here, and then go back and build it back there. So it's all a part of the infrastructure. So it's gonna take us, cause this thing's there, but it still ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff there, but it still hasn't. And we don't have what y'all have here, but it's stuff there.
Got you. Okay. So you kind of jumping around on my questions and stuff. So I'm gonna try to stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? So, let's talk about the messages since you brought that up. This new project, when Michael Became Donn, you talk about a lot of things in this project. You talk about being by yourself. You talk about battling demons. What message are you sending to your fan base or to your listeners or to your support system through your music?
It's the transition.
Transition from?
Just really, like, you working with me on Next Level New Devils to, like, Ready Rock to even the things in between Fear Jazz and Northsiders. Like, just the transition from what's been being worked on to, like, the new things now. It's like we actually closing. It's not like the next chapter. It's like you closing the book and you starting a new one with the release of this album. That's the message, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty of it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put so much stuff together and we do so much. Like, we already in 2024 as far as planning wise. Of what, like, we know what's coming. We already working on it. So it's like, that was the biggest thing, getting the album out so they can understand, like, you know what I'm saying, it's finna be a new beginning to a new book.
Got you. So, but what demons are you battling? I guess that's the question I'm trying to get to. What are the demons you're battling? Because I know that a lot of people and a lot of artists these days talk about themselves battling demons. People like to make jokes like, you ain't battling no demons, it's you type shit. But not saying that. I'm just saying what the people say. But I want to know, what demons are you battling? And you talk about that in a lot of your songs. You even have a song called Demons. I like the song, but I don't like that you're battling demons. So, what are the demons that you're battling?
Learning how to be alone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Learning how to be alone.
why do you want to be alone?
Not necessarily I want to be alone, just learning how to cope with being alone. You got to know how to be by yourself so you can learn how to be with somebody else.
Are we talking about relationship, or are we talking about just relationships, period? Are you talking about relationships with a specific person, woman, or are you talking about like friendships?
Both.
Okay, what happened?
I mean, you know, like the last few years, my relationship's been real toxic.
Okay.
And I think it's because I'm jumping out the frying pan and jumping in the fire.
Is this you talking about with everybody? You talking about just
more so relationships, but just with friendships. When relationships go bad, you try to lean on friendships, but everybody got their own life going on at the time.
facts? And I had to learn that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend that I lost. Fuck her though. You know what I'm saying? If you watching, but it be like that. So, what happened in your last relationship that you laughing? You wanted this Charlemagne effect? I'm asking. What happened in your last relationship that brought you to this dark place?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I had caught my ass cheating in a situation that had happened where she went to a plate. You know what I'm saying? So like,
You can't talk about that on camera.
We good now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we not incriminating ourselves,
Oh, no,
right?
we
Okay,
good.
because we don't do that.
We good.
Not out here tender about these women, are you?
Not necessarily tender. It's just when you build a bond or a chemistry with somebody, and they already know what you've been through prior to them, and past situations. When they willing to put your life and your freedom at risk, then I mean, what is there to be tender about at that point?
You're right. But if you know that someone is willing to put you in that position, you can't like buy into it. Because there are a lot of situations out here in the industry where people are tender behind these women, and a lot of people don't make it to have an interview to talk about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You either in jail or you in the grave.
Right. But that go back to learning how to
Be by
alone.
yourself.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you know that you need people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for me, I know that I sometimes get to a point where I want to be by myself. Like, I feel like that sometimes right now. Like, people aren't really reliable to me. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like I'm doing more than other people. Just being real. In all aspects of my life, all aspects of my relationships, I always feel like I give more than what I receive. Maybe that's just what God has put me here for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But I do know that you need a strong team, whether it's a village, whether it's a support system, whether it's a circle, or a team to be successful. So I'm just kind of learning how to see people where they are, you know what I'm saying? See people for who they are, and knowing how to use them in my life, because you have to use people, you know what I'm saying? Life is chess. You know, you got to know how to make your best moves and how to use people for what you need them to, because people going to use you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that question being said, like, what does it take? Like, what does it take for you to have a strong team? And how has your team changed since this last project?
The team, that shit is ever evolving when you at this stage where I'm at with this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go when you at where I'm at. Like, since the album, I'd probably say we didn't lost a lot of people that weren't around long in the first place. But everybody that's been around for the last few years, or 10, 15 years, is still here. So that's the blessing. And we expected that to happen. We expect that to happen. That's how it is when you at this level. Like, everybody's trying to figure it out. You can't really hold anyone to certain obligations when in life everybody's trying to come up
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd be wrong to try to hold people against their will.
That's true.
You know, I'm rocking with everybody genuinely. So if you gonna do better without me, do your thing. I support it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of nigga would I be? You know what I'm saying? Not to. You know what I'm saying?
So what type of people are you trying to keep around you, even though you're trying to stay by yourself? Like, what type of people are you trying to keep around you?
I think more so people like. I think more so people that I can depend on for consistency.
Mm.
Cause at this level you need consistency. Like, yeah, you need dedication and all that, but that come with consistency. You need consistency. You need people that's on point. Like when you was around and you was involved behind the scenes, like you stayed on everybody, so everything people knew when it came down to you, they really couldn't come half stepping, and that's what some folk got frustrated, and eventually those people got cut out the mix too.
Hate to hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry for them.
Yeah, it is what it is, cause I seen it then. It's just in my position, I won't ever. And like certain moments, like a moment that was had in a meeting we had, certain moments, I ain't gonna never take sides right there in that moment, cause in the position I'm in, that wouldn't be right or fair to nobody. But in the end, in the back of my mind, not even in the end, in the back of my mind, I'm already knowing what it is.
So what do you think it's going to take for you to get those people on your team that's going to be consistent? Are you going to be willing to work with different aspects or different visions and different people who might have spun the block a couple times more than you? Like, what's it going to take for you to get those type of people on your team?
Just to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep my consistency going. Because that you can't really, once again, hold people to an obligation of you right now when you still got a lot to prove in this game. Like, don't nobody care in this game. You really got to put your skin in this game to make people want to rock with you. It's kind of like the Lenny S effect, how he was with Bad Boy, but then when he seen how Rockefeller was pushing, he left Bad Boy because Bad Boy was already built. He wanted to be a part of something that was building, which was Rockefeller. But Rockefeller, he had to see that developing in order for him to want to be a part of that. So you got to get out here and want to do shit to make motherfuckers want to say, hey, man, I want to come and do social media marketing for you. I believe in what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You got to put that. Even the niggas around you, they got to see you going hard in order for them to really want to get on board with what you're doing. If not, niggas ain't finna take time out of their day from their kid. Like, we at that level now. We at that age now. Niggas ain't finna take time away from their kid.
Right.
To come do some shit that they don't believe in or ain't beneficial.
This is true. So, but what do you want? And let me make sure I ask this right. So, like, you know that you have to sometimes invest in these type of people to get the results that you want to get,
right.
Especially as you are being more consistent and as you are moving up in this game. Right. You're going to have to invest in these type of people or these types of positions that you want.
Right.
So what do you think it's going to take? I know the consistency still has to be there, but when do you think you're going to be ready to like fully invest full throttle to get yourself to the next level? Is it going to be is it a lot more hard work on you, or is it like some ducks that need to be put in a row?
Both.
Okay.
And that's a good question. Because at the end of the day, you got to know what you need to invest in at this level. Because you got to put your eggs in the right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put your seeds in the right place. You got to plant them in the right places. Like, some of the things I done invested in at this level, the wrong shit.
Okay.
And you wasted money. And I done heard that from you. I done heard that from, like, my former publicist, be like, investing in certain shit, that's the wrong shit. When that money could have went other places or to other people. And I've seen how that has even hurt some of my relationship. You know what I mean? Like, they'll see what some money then went to and be like, well, damn, that could have went to me and we could have did. You know what I'm saying? So trust, all that's, like I say, it's in the back of my head when it's happening, but I'm learning. Even though I've been involved with this shit since I was a kid, because it's like a family business, like, as far as my family go, but I'm still learning.
Okay. So would you say you're hard headed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that.
Very hard headed.
You know
Okay,
that.
that's real.
You know that.
That's real. So,
but it's in good nature though.
Is it?
Yeah, cause I ain't one of these niggas that's not doing nothing, and you know
that's
that.
true. That's true.
Like,
but you know what? In the islands, they have a saying that they like to say, and it goes, "Who don't hear does feel. Who don't hear does feel." That means if you don't listen, you gonna feel it.
Hard head makes soft ass.
Basically.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
All right. So when Michael Became Donn, what makes this project different from Ready Rock and Next Level New Devils?
That's a question you can answer yourself.
I like the style, you know what I'm saying? I heard a little New Orleans, little juvenile inspiration a little bit with some of the songs. I hear a lot of different, inspirations in the music. But for you, with what you had to put into this project, and, I noticed that you published the project on your website versus on these streaming platforms. So what makes it that special to where you didn't want to put it out there out there? Is this something going on with the label? Like, what made you do that? What makes this project different?
Well, another good question, because it's coming out on streaming platforms this Friday.
Awesome.
So y'all might see this like 2 weeks out. You know what I'm saying, or something up in that nature. But July.
Who gonna see it 2 weeks after?
15 for people. Whenever they see it, but they
this
might.
Interview?
Yeah. They might see it around that time or after, but whenever y'all see it, July 15th, it's gonna be on streaming platforms.
So what made you put it on the website first?
Well, just to see how many people really fucking with me for real. This the album. See how many people really willing to spend $9.99 on the album for me. Really seeing what my fan base at for real. Do I really got one or no? And that ain't even like to necessarily say, verbatim, but still seeing who really fuck with me for real. Who willing to say, okay, I'm going to go to theimprint.com. Because some folks say, oh, it ain't on Apple Music. Keep it pushing. And that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? So see who really fucking with me for real. Even if you didn't buy it, it still mattered if you just streamed it on my website, because that matters too. That counts too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that was another gem you had been dropping the whole time. Website. We got to get a website. And so once again, and I was like, yo, we going to make that happen. And we did.
That's good. That's good. So tell me your top 2, 3 songs off the album.
09 Vision, Energy, Training Day, Indians and Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? I could say Ben Had Motion too.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. What about features? I like the Ben Had Motion feature.
Yeah, Kiwi Sweet, my nigga Mello. You know what I'm saying? Really, all the features, they was all important. Like, everything I went through creating this album was so crazy because the situation happened in the midst of me working on the album. So, if it weren't for people like Bree, if it weren't for people like the team, shit would have been disarray. Like, if it weren't for Atlanta, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I'm saying, locking in with Rue at ABS, and out that first session, Rue was like, yeah, because when they hear you from South Carolina, they automatically like, cats like, they like.
I mean, I think it's just that South Carolina hasn't really made a name for itself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know really what to expect from a South Carolina artist.
That's the beauty of it, because I can go in the booth and you'll see what to expect from me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what had to happen. When I stepped in the booth, it was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then they seen how I was investing. I wasn't just coming in and doing 2 hours. We blocking 8-hour sets, 10-hour sets, and really working. Like, really was in the studio working on his album. Like, Bree coming through, we playing her like 30 records. Like, we really worked on this, and that's why I was like, okay, yeah, this the album. This is the album. So with everything going on and that happened in the midst of the album, that's what made all this shit important. Even the features, because you got to think people had to. It was a lot of wiggling going around. It was a lot of this, a lot of that going around. Now them parts I won't go into, but it was just a lot of moving around, a lot of coming here, coming there, a lot of drives, but it was just a lot of things going on until things got, and even after things got good, it was still like, oh shit, like, now things back good. Now we gotta get back, on track. And we ain't get back on track till the week of y'all Christmas party. That was like my first time popping out. So all that was a part of the album process. I wouldn't have came, no offense, like it was like, oh man, we gotta pop out now.
And y'all niggas was fresh.
Yeah.
The freshest niggas in the building.
That's what it was about. So seeing all y'all being in that room that night, you don't understand. It was a lot of emotions flowing for all of us. For real.
Yeah. I appreciate the impact that I've made on your life.
Yeah, you family.
I appreciate that. I really do.
You and Brittany, y'all family. Shout out to Brittany.
Shout out to Brittany.
I'm still coming to Nightmare Radio.
Okay.
This was just
the Eesh Exec show.
This is exclusive right here.
You know what I'm saying? I might start doing a couple more of these.
You like my Charlamagne? I got it.
I do be on my Oprah shit from here and there.
And the Charlamagne one coming. Give me about 4-5. Yeah, that's coming too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
We on the way there.
I'm sure. Charlamagne is a very nice guy. He's very accessible.
But what you just said, you gotta put in the work for him to even take the time away from you.
You do have to put in the work. I do know that firsthand. I know he doesn't like to waste his time, for sure. Right. He's very busy. But with you having that South Carolina connection and him being from South Carolina, I don't think that that's something that's far-fetched of happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the work that you recognize that you got to do. So what's next for Norfside after this?
With my album being out, more visuals from the album, merch in August. A lot of merch, shows, moving around, more interviews. I'm out here shaking hands and kissing babies, like a lot of moving around. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota, White Table Talk. You know what I'm saying? Off the Porch again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nightmare Radio again. You know what I'm saying? Even talks of a tour. We was talking about that on the way up here. All the shows that's been done, getting back in that. Really getting my face out here. Like, even I see y'all got the her wine conversations going on. Like, really putting myself in different rooms. Because that's what it's time for now. It's time for people to see me and get to know me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, tell everybody out there how they can follow you. Get the album July 15th. It's Friday. Tell everybody how they can keep up with you.
Norfside Donn on everything. NORFSIDE DONN. TheImprint.com for the album. TheImprint.com for the album. THAIMPRINT.com. And that's on everything. You know what I'm saying? It's consistent. And the album gonna be on streaming platforms July 15th this Friday. And more music coming later this year, more visuals. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. High Life, 338, Big Ike, you know what I'm saying? Mellow, Deuce, RP to Cutting Up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eesh, Brittany, Nightmare Radio, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's been a part of this process for this album. You know what I'm saying? It's been a roller coaster for sure. We here and we better than we was before. That's the beauty of it. So just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wasn't that bad?
Nah, I loved it.
He musty, y'all. I'm just kidding. See y'all next time. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Oh my God. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. It's Eesh. See you on the next video.
Yeah,